On Saturday 6th of May 2017, approximately 20 persons walked from Ballygrogan Farm to the Enans Bay for a short ceremony to mark the erection of a new cross at the sailor's grave. It was a glorious sunny day with spectacular views back across Machrihanish Bay, and then as we reached the Enans Glen across the North Channel to Rathlin Island.
My slumbers deep by a seagull's lonely street, I watch for a while as the otters play along the Enans beach. I make my way to the sailor's grave and offer up a prayer.
After everyone had enjoyed a pleasant picnic lunch, we assembled around the cross, where Angus Martin informed us that the body was found on the 6th of May, exactly 100 years ago, by Duncan Sinclair, a shepherd at Largy Ban. The burial took place on 12th of May 1917. Angus received a written account from Duncan Sinclair to say that it was one of his dogs who found the body. Little remained of it, a skeletal torso. It was assumed that it was that of a sailor, but it could have been male or female. The find was reported to the policeman, John MacDonald, at Machrihanish. The spot on the grassy foreshore where the body was buried became known as the Sailor's Grave. Since that time, the grave has been tended by a succession of hikers and campers, most of them from Drumlemble and Machrihanish. The customary grave marker has been a wooden cross bearing the inscription "God Knows" and the date May the 16th, 1917. Angus spoke of the different sizes and shapes of crosses over the years, and the people who carried them to Enans Bay and erected them. The last two crosses were made by Neil Brown in Campbelltown. The new cross is the biggest and heaviest ever erected there. It was made from durable pitch pine that was salvaged from a renovation job in Campbelltown and donated by Mr. Barry Colville of the local building firm McKinven and Colville. The cross was crafted by Graham Sopp, a joiner. Also crucially involved was Gary Anderson, a builder, both with McKinven and Colville. After Angus had spoken on the history of the Sailor's Grave and its past custodians, the cross was unveiled by Helen Bapty, a daughter of Stuart Hamilton, who, with his brother Malcolm, had been one of those custodians in the 1960s. In her short statement, Helen reminded us of the man who was found washed up on the shore almost 100 years ago. Who he was, we will never know, but he's among friends here and has become one of us. Helen paid tribute to the members of the local community who have tended his grave over the years, showing true humanitarian spirit, so that we never forget the sacrifice of all those that suffer to keep us safe. was accompanied by her husband Neil, her two sisters Liz and Margaret's husband Finlay Wiley. The Enans Bay was a place of rest and recreation for the miners of Machrihanish coal pit. Angus Nimmo spoke of hearing about the sailor's grave when he was a boy growing up in Drumlembo. Will Slavin from Glasgow, who loves the solitude and peacefulness of the Enans Bay, was initially disappointed that the replacement cross wasn't white. But then he described how the previous evening the cross glowed golden in the setting sun.
Many miles away, but always in my mind. I'll never forget those childhood days and the friends I've left behind. I've made a pledge to return someday.
Following the ceremony, Angus Martin opened a bottle of Glen Scotia, donated by Ian McAllister, distillery manager. With a dash of water from the spring at the foot of Knockmay, we raised a toast to the unknown sailor.
No,
The other one. Right. On Angus. Alright. Earthquake. Driving.
Final resting place in the lovely Enns
looking back on it, I was quite pleased at how it turned out, especially the weather. We had an excellent day on the 6th. I believe, well, I heard later that the following day, which was a Sunday, there was a lot of mist come in just about the time the commemoration ceremony would have been taking place. There were 20 at the actual ceremony, but there should really have been 22. But one of the walkers, Anne, she suffered an attack of vertigo, so unfortunately she didn't make it into the bay. She was going to sing 2 songs, her brother Alistair's The Enans and Willie Mitchell's The Road to Drumlemon. So we missed her. Agnes Stewart, Willie Mitchell's daughter, she would have been the obvious person to have conducted the ceremony, but she was 80 years old and understandably she didn't feel, capable of getting down there and back. Another I would love to have seen there would have been Teddy Lafferty, who's an old Enans goer, but for health reasons also, Teddy wasn't able to be there. And finally, probably, hope I haven't missed anybody, Neil Brown, who made the 2 previous crosses. Neil also, for health reasons, couldn't be there. No, overall, I thought it was a very memorable day, and I think most of the people who were there would share that sentiment.
I watch the eagle